All right, y'all, welcome back in the building. This your boy Jay with y'all today, and I want to come in day 3, let y'all know what should you be putting your money at. And I'm excited because just seeing S&P 500, the main place you want to park that money and let it continue to go up. S&P 500, you can't lose. It's a risk, but it's calculated risk. Okay, you ain't gotta worry about investing in one stock. You know why? Because S&P 500, just like it is, 500 companies, top 500. I ain't gonna just say 500, top 500 companies in the U.S. You can't fail by going with that. You know why? Because if a company is doing too bad in the S&P 500, guess what they're gonna do? Pluck them out. Let's replace that with something better. They're not gonna let the S&P 500 keep dropping. But during pandemic stuff like that, you will see it drop down. Hold up. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show y'all. All right, y'all. Here we go. We back. So this is Meta. I don't know why it changed to Meta, but let's switch it over to. All right, y'all. So we back. So this is SPY S&P 500 right here. I just want to show y'all why you can't fail with it. We're gonna go all time. Look at this. Look at this chart. You know what I'm saying? How can you lose with that? You see that? So way back in what that is, 1995. Look where the S&P 500 was at. $26. Do y'all see that over here? Follow the tab. $26. That was that low. So if you would have, of course, I wish I had the money and I knew about the stock market back then, but I'm telling you all, so you all can start young, whatever age y'all are at, just get started. And that's why you want a dollar cost average, because you constantly put money in. Look what it do. It will go up. It will go up, but you staying consistent, right? So it will kind of come down. With that is 2003. Boom. Eventually, it's gonna take back off. Go up. Go up. Go up. Okay. Boom. 2009. You know, something happened in the economy around that time. Boom. It's gonna drop down, but as you see, it's gonna continue and continue. Saying this thing started at $24, but look where we at now. It's crazy, right? $687. That's all time high right there. So we probably right sitting around 650, something like that. Let's go to 6 month. This is where it was. What, February 26, 693. That's like all time high. And boom, there's 650. But you know where it was at today? Well, you could say, yeah, today. It's gonna post it for tomorrow, but this day three we talking about it today. So yeah, it was sitting right here at 631. I think I low at 631, 629, and boom, took off at 650. You know, if you could have just put, I'm gonna say 500, you could have easily turned that to 1500. You know what I'm saying? But that's only with options. So we're not talking about options. Let's just talk about straight up stocks. So if you were to put that 30, 630, for example, that's $20 on top of what you put in, pretty much. It just went up $30. So if you put in 630, 630 is going up to 650. So that's already $30 on top of what you put in. That's what I mean by you could easily just gain on top of your money. You don't want to just be spending it. What you know, you could put your money in and just gain $20, $30 that fast. So just consistently do it. That's all I want to let y'all know. Places to park your money, S&P 500, you can't fail. Unless it's a global economy crisis and the world is ending. S&P 500 all the way. Now, small companies and bigger companies, like one company, it's a risk you're taking. But with something like this big, you can't fail. This is the way to go. Y'all see where it started. Now you see where it's sitting at 650. So I want y'all just want to pound that on the table and tell y'all, like, keep getting it on y'all minds, like $5, $2, don't matter what it is. Any little extra money before you go ahead and buy something that's not gonna make you money. Go ahead and buy the SP 500. Please do yourself a favor. Your future self gonna thank you. Best believe it, because it's only going up. Think about it, if you could have put money in right here, or even right here, $100, and this was in '09. It's crazy, because the time gonna keep leaving us in the dust. Time ain't waiting for nobody. So the earlier you get in and put your money in, guess what? Boom, you're gonna be making more money. And I'm also speaking to everybody that's like not in the stock market, because all of us don't have the money to put in. I totally understand that, but you can start where are you? Start with where you are, and that's all I'm saying. Start with where you are. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. You don't have to do none of that, And you know the crazy thing about keeping up with the Joneses, a lot of people tend to do it in real life, buying sneakers, clothes, cars, all that. This way you want to put it at. This is where it's going to gain you more money and more money. If you could think about all the money you spent within a lifetime, if you just took 10% since birth, I'm gonna say your parents would have took 10% or whatever. You took 10% of what you made since an adult. What could that 10% of money be at? Most of us have spent, I'm gonna say over 50,000. You done spent over 50,000 in your lifetime, over 100,000. So that's 10,000 within the S&P 500. 10,000 could have easily been 50,000. So you gotta look at it like, make this make sense. It only makes sense. The numbers don't lie, y'all. Put y'all money somewhere that is gonna gain y'all some money. Make money in your sleep. Stop trading your time for money. And like I said, this all it's gonna do is basically help you gain a little of that freedom. We all gotta work. We all, and at the moment, most of us, I say 90% of the world are probably trading time for money because you're working on the job. And any job you're working on, you're trading time for money. So if you can create some passive income, the stock market is definitely will be the way to create that passive income. So you could be working, stock market gonna be moving regardless. You could be sleeping, stock market gonna be moving. So y'all keep in mind, put a little something to the side. Don't let yourself down. As you get older, you're gonna thank yourself, future self gonna thank you because you thought about the future. Some people don't think about the future, but I want to pound that on y'all. Definitely focus on the future. Enjoy the time. Not saying not to enjoy life, because we all gotta enjoy life, because we don't know when our time is coming. At the end of the day, we all know we all gotta go. So definitely make the best while you're on this earth, but also be thoughtful. Don't just blow it on nothing. Go spend 500 on some shoes that you probably ain't gonna wear, and they sitting in your closet. Don't do it. That's all I want to say, y'all. But appreciate everybody. Y'all stay tuned with the videos they coming. But I just want to talk about S&P 500, and this is the place that you definitely want to put that money at. No risk at all. I ain't gonna say no risk, because if it's a crisis and the world is completely ending, yes, you can lose a lot of your money. But the good thing to know, if you see something like that, pull some of that money off. And that's one thing about taking profits. Like, you could go up, you see your $100 turn to 200, you can always sell, take your $100. But a lot of stocks, a lot of people don't want to sell. And that's the thing with stocks. A lot of people like that compound interest. So say you had it in that since 10, and now you 40 years old, 60 years old. That interest is going to keep doubling up. Doubling up is going to have more time for that to keep doubling on top of each other. So that's why a lot of people don't like to sell. But when you're constantly selling stocks, it's more like you're trading stocks. You're buying it, wait till it go up $100, I'm gonna sell it. That's when you will get into probably more of the trading side, also option trading and things like that. But I want to keep this very simple for y'all. Put your money in SPY. Y'all gonna thank me later. And constantly dollar cost average. We're gonna keep track of this thing. Like I said, we're doing this every day. I will be keeping y'all posted on everything. So y'all lock in, man. So one thing is y'all job to actually put in the work. I could tell y'all about everything till I'm blue in the face, but y'all have to take the action, put in the work. Cause it don't, like I said in the last couple of videos, it don't cost you nothing to start this. If you want to put 500 in, if you want to put $50 in, you want to put $5 in, it's all up to you. And I say, don't put money in that you know you gotta use for next month rent or next month bills. No, this is money you just saving. You could use this as a savings account, not your emergency funding. No, you're gonna have your 3,000, 4,000 emergency. You keep that in the bank, high yield savings account. But this is money that you're not gonna have to worry about touching. You put it and forget it. Put it and forget it. Especially in SPY. Like I said, unless the world is ending, then you could go and check in on your stock, see what's going on. But you put in SPY, you can leave and forget, everything gonna flow smooth. You see, over the years, it definitely came a long, long way. So people that was in that early on, guess what? They millionaires, billionaires, like Warren Buffett, been in it, and he even said for himself, if you gotta put your money anywhere else, S&P 500 index fund, you can't lose. So tuning out, this your boy Jay in the building. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we about to be out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow.